the Boolean data type happens to be the most simplest primitive data type, and you'll also understand the reason why. But most importantly, when do we have to make use of this data type within our Java programs? Please remember this whenever you would wish to handle yes or no type of data, on or off, 0 or 1. Basically, whenever you would want a variable to take just one of two possible values, in that scenario, you will have to opt for the Boolean data type. Now, before I speak about the Boolean data type of Java, let us see how would this yes or no type of data be handled in C and C++ programming languages. Please remember this, in these two programming languages, the Boolean data type name has been shortened to just bool like this. And using this data type, if in case I would happen to declare a variable called as a, then I would like to know for this particular variable a, what are the different valid literals that I will be able to assign. Please understand this, in these two programming languages, I have got two options for me. Either I can assign true and false, or I can also assign an integer value. 0 indicates false, and any non-zero value, not just 1, would simply indicate true. And how about the size of this particular variable, sir? Please understand, a Boolean variable in these two programming languages would consume exactly 1 byte of memory. And how about the format, sir? Because we know true and false cannot be stored as it is in the memory. In case of Boolean, since we have got only two options here, that means true would be stored as 1 and false would be simply stored as 0. And how about the remaining bits, sir? It would simply be padded with zeros. Anyways, now it is time that we speak about the Boolean data type in Java. Please understand, in Java, the name of the data type, it is the entire Boolean word. It has not been shortened to just bool. And using this Boolean data type, if in case I happen to declare a variable like this, then I would like to know what are the valid literals that I will be able to assign to a Boolean variable in my Java program. Please remember this, in Java, the only valid literals that are allowed for a Boolean variable happens to be just true and false. We will not be able to assign any kind of an integer value within a Java program. Great, sir, but how about the size and the format of the Boolean data type in Java? Please remember this. This is one such information that has nowhere been revealed in the entire documentation. And what is the reason behind that, sir? The size and format of a Boolean variable, it is dependent on the virtual machine. That means for different operating systems, the size and the format varies. For example, maybe in Unix, if it would occupy 1 byte of memory, the same Boolean variable, maybe in Windows, it might occupy 2 bytes of memory. That is why the valid conclusion here would be the size and the format of a Boolean variable in Java happens to be simply JVM dependent, because we know we don't have a single JVM for multiple operating systems. We have multiple JVMs for different operating systems. Now, let us assess our understanding on the Boolean data type and let us identify which is the valid syntax and which is the invalid syntax. Here goes the very first syntax. Is it valid or invalid? If it was C or C++, maybe this would have been valid. But in case of Java, 100% we will not be able to assign integer values to a Boolean variable. For this reason, definitely it is going to be invalid. What about this statement? Please remember, true and false happens to be keywords in Java. They are reserved literals. They must be used as it is without enclosing them in any kind of quotes. For this reason, this also is invalid. What about this statement? As you can see, the very first letter T has been capitalized. That is the reason why this is invalid. And what about this statement? Once again, the keyword true has been enclosed within single quotes, which is not permitted. For this reason, this also is invalid. What about this statement? You can see all of the characters in the keyword true have been capitalized. For this reason, this also happens to be invalid. What about this statement? I don't even have to give any explanation. On, off, yes, no, all such values are not allowed in Java. Hence, the last statement also happens to be invalid. Then what are the valid syntaxes, sir? Like I said, there are only two valid literals for a Boolean variable in Java, and they happen to be true and false. That's it. I hope all of you have been able to understand everything with respect to the Boolean data type also. With this, officially, we have concluded our discussion on all of the 8 primitive data types.